What an incredible season, but what an incredible meltdown tonight.
You are Locked On Lions, your daily Detroit Lions podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, everybody, Matt Derry with you. Locked On Lions Postgame Pod after the NFC Championship game right here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day on a Sunday, January 28th that will live in infamy into Monday, January 29th. Matt Derry, Locked On Lions. Lions lose 34-31 to the San Francisco 49ers. The Lions led this game 24-7 at the half, looked great, up 17. And then, as a lot of times as we've seen this year, despite what a great year it was, third quarters have been issues and have been an issue for this Lions team. They get outscored in the third quarter and 17-0. They get outmanned and outclassed 27-0. 27 unanswered points in the second half until a Jamison Williams late touchdown. Lions fall 34-31. It's our post-game pod. Thanks for making us your first listen and checking us out wherever you get your podcasts. Folks, I am so sorry. I feel so bad for Lions fans, for all of you, for all of my listeners, my everydayers, everybody that puts their heart and soul into this team each and every day, follows the podcast here, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, on our Locked On Lions YouTube page. Thank you so much. Seriously, thanks to everybody. And we'll do a lot of retrospectives and recaps throughout the week, and we'll have guests on. But I wanted to give a shout out to my listeners and to our listeners, because Locked On Lions is nothing without the fans. And a lot of you packed Ford Field tonight for the watch party. Some of you were out in San Francisco. A lot of Lion fans out there. You heard the Jared Goff chants in San Francisco. You heard the defense chants, everything. Lion fans showed up, and the Lions showed up at least for most of the game tonight. And I know there's going to be a lot of questions about Dan Campbell. I had friends texting me, "Oh, you guys going to fire Campbell?" What? Dan Campbell's a really good coach. Tell me who else is taking this lousy outfit that sucked forever and turn them into from a 3-win team to a 14-win team. Stop it. Could he have made some better decisions tonight and maybe taken some points? Absolutely. We'll talk about that. But firing him, please do not text me with that nonsense. You know who you are. All right. This guy is building something special here. And yes, this sucks. That was a choke job. It was a meltdown. All the words. They were up 24-7. They had a team dead. They had their foot right on the neck of the Niners. And they didn't snap it. They gave San Francisco opportunities. But it wasn't just Dan Campbell going for it on fourth down. And there was no guarantee Michael Badgley was making the kick anyway. Brad Holmes for 3 years has shown that he doesn't care who the kicker is. But you know what I mean. All right, focus here, focus. Lions lose. We got a lot to discuss. We got coaching stuff to get into, player stuff to get into. Campbell said he was devastated after the game and said it was like, like his guts being taken out. He doesn't regret the fourth down decision making. All the players, David Montgomery, Goff, all defending him after the game, and they're all going to. During the season, the Lions on fourth down went for it a lot and converted it a lot. Tonight was a different story. If Josh Reynolds catches that ball, all right, the Lions are probably in the Super Bowl. If Jamison Williams can find the ball on that deep shot, the Lions are probably going to the Super Bowl. If Kindle Vildor just catches that interception, instead it bounces off his face right into the hands of Brandon Ayuk, and it's Ayuk. All right. Somebody tell the guy on the weekends on the radio, it's pronounced Ayuk, not Anook. Focus. So behave. The Lions are probably in the Super Bowl. Jahmyr Gibbs can't fumble. You can't do that. You cannot give the Niners a short field. And again, and to San Francisco's credit, they woke up in the second half. They played much better defensively. And then Brock Purdy started running. And as we've known, and as we've talked about on this podcast all season long, the Lions are susceptible to allowing other teams' quarterbacks to gain yards on them on the ground. Lamar Jackson did it. Justin Fields did it. Geno Smith did it. And tonight, Brock Purdy scrambled way too much. 5 rushes for 48 yards tonight. It was really 5 for 50 if you want to just, he took the knee at the end. Lions ran for 148 yards in the first half and were absolutely dominating the Niners up front. And then Ben Johnson, who, by the way, is going to be the next head coach of the Washington Commanders, they ran the ball 8 times in the second half. 8? That's it? They got too cute, man. They got too cute. Oh, my contact lenses are all messed up. This is what you get for recording a podcast at 10:45. You're wearing your contacts all day. They got too cute. Oh, gosh. Excuse me. Sorry. Fixing my contacts. Got too cute in the second half. The drop passes, everything. You can't make mistakes like that against this team. I mean, the Lions in the first half, it was amazing. Amazing. They got the football to start the game, went right down the field. And then Jameson Williams on the reverse. And I told you during the week, the Lions were going to run some trick plays, and they did, which was fine. But when you're gashing San Francisco and averaging 6.8 yards a carry, keep going to it. They went away from it. They got too cute at times. That Montgomery pitch back to Goff on kind of a flea flicker, didn't get that play. Didn't understand it. 148 yards in the first half. Second half, they ran for 36. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. Jared Goff is awesome. That guy played a heck of a game. And I know there's probably some throws he wishes he'd have back, but all in all, your quarterback delivered. 25 out of 41 for 273, a touchdown. He was sacked twice, a passer rating of 88.8. I don't want to hear any more about outdoor golf, on grass golf. Please, he was the least of their problems tonight. All right, the Lions need cornerback help. The Lions need another edge rusher. And we saw that come to fruition again today. Yeah, they got to Brock Purdy a couple of times, but Purdy had too much time to throw. Way too much time to throw. And ended up throwing for 267, a touchdown, and a passer rating of 89.0. Look, with Deebo Samuel healthy and with CMC and those guys, you knew it was going to be a tough night. But, man, they were right there. They were right there. And I know the future's bright. And this team's going to be back. They're young and they're good. Lions are good. It's a good football team. Really good team. People were saying, going out to San Francisco, there's a big boys playing. What Skip Bayless tweeted last week. Oh, congratulations on the Lions. You're going to get killed by the Niners. Lions should have won this game. Lions should be in the Super Bowl next week against Kansas City. But they'll be back. That doesn't mean this one doesn't hurt. And that it wasn't a missed opportunity, because it was. They had them. They had them. Can't be up 17 and lose in a game like this. And ironically enough, the last time the Lions won a road playoff game, 1957 at Kezar Stadium in San Francisco. Shout out to Dave Burkett from the Free Press, who went to Kezar on Friday and took some pictures. Awesome journalistic and reporting stuff from Dave. It was the Lions who came back from 24-7 down at the half at Kezar to win that game. A lot of irony as far as this game goes. All right, deep breath. Coming up next, we will dissect some of the play calling, the Dan Campbell decision-making. We got to get into that right here on Locked On Lions. It's the Postgame Pod NFC Championship game. Congratulations to the Niners. They get the Hallis Trophy, 34-31 over the Lions. Locked On Lions brought to you by our friends at PrizePicks, daily fantasy sports. That is so much fun. All right, we're getting ready for the Super Bowl in a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, the Lions aren't going to be there. It'll be Kansas City and San Francisco again. You want to play daily fantasy sports? You want to find the easiest, the most exciting way to play and win some money? go up against other people? Nope. You're going up against the numbers with PrizePicks. You pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Think Christian McCaffrey's going to run for more than 75 yards in the Super Bowl? You can put some money down on that. What about Patrick Mahomes? More than 2 passing touchdowns? Travis Kelce, more than or less than 75 receiving yards? All of that is possible at PrizePicks. They even offer a reboot policy so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. It's awesome. It's really simple to play. You can make your pick, submit your entry in less than 60 seconds. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnNFL and use code LockedOnNFL for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/LockedOnNFL. Code LockedOnNFL for first deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks, daily fantasy sports made easy. All right, we're all bummed out here on this Sunday night. PrizePicks. Postgame Pod. Lions fall to the Niners 34-31. As Brock Purdy and San Francisco come all the way back after trailing 24-7 at the half. They scored 27 unanswered. Goff hits Jamison Williams late for a touchdown to make it a 3-point game. Badgley with the onside kick was actually a really good onside kick, but Craig Reynolds, come on, Craig, touched it early. Kittle got it anyway. Niners ran a couple of plays, took a knee, and that was it. They win 34-31. David Montgomery led them in rushing tonight. 15 carries, 93 yards. Goff throws for 273 and a touchdown. Lions leading receiver was Sam Laporta, 9 catches, 97 yards. Amon-Ra, 7 catches, 87 yards. Lions leading tackler, Gaines Media Zone. Alex Anzalone had 9 tackles tonight, 8 solo. Aiden Hutchinson, no tackles, no sacks. Be interested in seeing his PFF grade tomorrow. All right, so everybody's going to be talking about with the Lions, couple of decisions. Number one, the Lions were up 21-7 late in the half. At the 2-yard line, it was 4th and goal. And the Lions elected to take the points, and Michael Badgley kicked a chip shot field goal to go in at the half up 24-7. There are those in the analytic world that say, oh my gosh, Lions should, if they're at the 2, you might as well go for the touchdown. They took the points there at 24-7. If you then recall a little bit later on in the game, the Lions led 24-14, had an opportunity to kick about a 40-yard field or 45-yard field goal, whatever it was. They decide to go for it. Goff scrambles a bit, steps up in the pocket, throws it to Josh Reynolds, a little bit behind him, but in his hands, and a player maybe out in front of him a little bit, and Josh Reynolds dropped it. So the Lions get no points there. By the way, cheers here. That sucked. Again, Badgley would have been about a 45-yard field goal. Then again, 4th and 2 from the 30, the Lions were up. When was that one? That was at 24. That was at 27-24. No, when was that one? Hold on. I got to find it again. Where the Lions. It was the second half. The Lions were down 27-24. And the Lions, the Lions were down 27-24 in the 4th. Goff, incomplete pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4th and 3 at San Francisco's 30. Could have tied the game with that field goal. And everybody's going, what are you doing? How are you not taking the points? How are you not tying this game? Number one, Dan Campbell believes in his offense. It's 4th and 2. Number two, I don't think they had a lot of faith in Badgley making a 47-yarder on grass. Heck, Money Moody, he even missed tonight. All right. I had no issue, and maybe I'll change my mind tomorrow as I'm really studying this, but I had no issue with not trying to tie the game there. My issue is with the play call. Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell screwed that up in terms of the formation of the play. 4th and 2, 8 minutes to go, down 3. And you have an empty backfield? Jahmyr Gibbs was wide right on that play and ran a crossing route. You've got to show San Francisco at least a fear of the run. 5 wides and nobody in the empty backfield for Goff. He rolled right, tried to throw across his body, incomplete. You have got to show the threat of the run on that play. That was a horrible decision. Maybe not the decision not to kick, because there's no guarantee Badgley's making a 47-yarder. All right. But the idea of the run has got to be in the minds of the defense. You're giving the Niners an opportunity to know at 4th and 2, your quarterback's not doing a quarterback draw. Jared Goff doesn't run. Empty backfield was awful. Now again, Ben Johnson's leaving, okay? He's going to get the Commander's job. He's probably taking Hank Fraley with him, which sucks. But, that was abysmal. You got to have Gibbs or Montgomery next to Goff with a threat of the run. This team on 3rd and 12 in the first half ran Jahmyr Gibbs for a first down. All season on 3rd downs and longs, the Lions have run. And you go, oh, what are they doing? And they get it because their offensive line is their strength. And in the first half, they were mauling the Niners D-line. You see Chase Young half-ass it in the first half because he was getting killed by Sewell and Decker. All right, at one point, you got Sewell playing tight end. The Lions were messing with the Niners. But you know what? While they were doing that with Skipper and Sewell and everything else, they were pounding the rock. They were ripping the soul out of San Francisco's defense. Second half, they went away from it. And I know, and Amon-Ra St. Brown was a ghost in the second half. You got to go to number 14. It just, that call, the 4th and 2 call, they go empty set with no running back was a mistake. Huge mistake. Heck, even at the end of the game, the Lions are down 10 and they take a timeout after trying to run the ball. Why are you running there? It's like a minute to go. You cannot run the football in that spot because the Niners stop it. Then you've got to use a timeout. And then that ended up costing them. To me, I'm kick a damn field goal if you have to on 3rd down. Take the points. Then even if you miss the onside kick and you don't get it, you got all 3 timeouts and you're going to make the Niners have to run plays and or punt or something. It was poorly managed by Dan Campbell there and by Ben Johnson. As far as the defense went, Cam Sutton and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson were booty in this game. Again, Vildor, ball hit you in the head. Too many missed tackles. Aiden Hutchinson was nowhere to be found tonight, other than a batted down pass. You're not going to win giving up 27 points in the second half. That was horrible. I'm not saying Aaron Glenn needs to be fired. Aaron Glenn's not getting fired, and he'll be back. But mistakes, man, you got to, losing Derek Barnes. Yes, Rodrigo had the interception, but losing Derek Barnes actually really hurt this team when he went out with the injury. But 2 sacks on Purdy, that was it, is not good enough. They were on back-to-back plays. He ran into one of them when he got sacked by Alualu. The other one was, who was the other one? They gave a half a sack to Melifanu and Alualu, and then Lee McNeil had the other one. But not a good performance by the defense in the second half. Way too many chunk plays, missed tackles in space. Debo, Kittle, McCaffrey. Again, some of it, not the defense's fault. When Gibbs fumbles like that, you're giving them a short field, but you got to get a stop. Someone's got to make a play. Lions lost the they were tied in the turnover battle in this game. They had the one interception, of course, Malcolm Rodriguez, and then they had the fumble, the Gibbs fumble. But man, they let this one slip away today. Absolutely slip away. And it sucks. It absolutely sucks because you just never know if you're ever going to get back there. It's hard to win in this league. I still think the Lions this is going to be sustainable. I love the way this team plays. I love the mix of run and pass. You got yourself a quarterback now. Pay him, extend him. You got the running backs. You got an everything tight end. The receiving core is good. I think they'll add to it. Maybe get another receiver, but we saw Jameson Williams, some glimpses tonight. St. Brown. It's a good football team, but you just never know when you get this opportunity again. Man, it was right there for him. All right, we'll hand out some game balls. We'll do that coming up next right here on Locked On Lions, right here on the Locked On Podcast Network. And Locked On Lions is sponsored and brought to you by our sponsor, BetterHelp. Sometimes we all need the opportunity to get something off our chest. Big or small, certain things can really start to get to you. Heck, what took place tonight really gets to all of us, right? It's important to let that out, especially to someone who's unbiased on your life. All right. So today I want to say how I really feel about something. You might even be thinking about the same thing this week. Whatever it is, you're looking to get some help. You want to talk to somebody neutral. Best place to go is certainly BetterHelp. All right. Look, a lot of you had a lot of memories and a lot of thoughts during this game tonight, whether it was your dad, whether it was your grandfather, family that, you went to Lions games with. All right. Maybe therapy can be something good for you. All right. Many of us have bigger issues than our favorite sports team. It's important to get things off our chest once in a while, but if you're thinking about starting up therapy, I want you to give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be flexible and suited to your schedule. Visit BetterHelp.com/lockedon to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/lockedon. It's BetterHelp. All right, so there were some good performances tonight in this Lions loss, 34-31 to the Niners, a game the Lions led at the half and led in the second half by 17, let this one get away. It's actually the first time the entire playoffs, really, second half of this game, that the Lions had trailed in any playoff game against the Rams, of course, and Bucks. They led the entire way. Lions lose 34-31. It'll be San Francisco and Kansas City in the Super Bowl. So all of you that are annoyed by Taylor Swift and just, it's too much Taylor Swift. Sorry, you're getting 2 more weeks of it. It doesn't bother me. I think her and Travis Kelce are kind of cool, actually. I have no issue with it. Game balls. I'm giving Jared Goff a game ball. All right. It wasn't gaudy numbers. Didn't throw for 300 yards. Only had 1 touchdown, but Josh Reynolds, the 2 drops, hurt. J-Mo not finding that bomb on the flea flicker, hurt. If he finds and locates the ball, it's a touchdown. I thought Jared Goff did everything he could tonight. 25 out of 41 for 273 and a touchdown. I thought Jared Goff earned a game ball tonight for sure. Other game balls. I thought David Montgomery was good. I just didn't think he touched the ball enough. 15 carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown. Had some really big plays. I thought David Montgomery was solid. I think that's been an excellent pickup and signing by Brad Holmes. It was cheap, 3 years, $18 million. He'll be back next year. He gets a game ball from me. On the defense, a little bit of a surprise because the numbers aren't gaudy, but Josh Pascal played well tonight. Hit Brock Purdy's arm, forcing the interception by Malcolm Rodriguez, cut off Deebo Samuel and had gap integrity and stayed in his lane, set the edge on that tackle for a loss of Deebo. Pascal finished with 2 tackles, 1 solo, TFL, and a pass deflected. I thought Josh Pascal played well. That's a positive step for that young man in this game. I thought he played pretty well in this game, and I got to give him some love. And Malcolm Rodriguez, 6 tackles, 5 solo, an interception, and a TFL in this game. I thought Malcolm Rodriguez deserves a game ball. He played well in the absence of Derek Barnes. But this was just too many opportunities squandered, and give the Niners credit. They win 34-31. They bounce back. It's disappointing, to say the least, because this game was there for the taking. The Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown in the first half. Just the domination by the offensive line. Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow, Awashika actually played pretty well at left guard. I thought the Lions O-line was really, really good. Think about, do you remember, Graham Glasgow has had such a really good year, and I know he's on a 1-year deal, and hopefully they bring him back. I think he'll be back. But do you recall the previous regime under Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia actually were platooning Graham Glasgow with Kenny Wiggins years ago. Remember that? And then just let him leave. Like, the Lions are going to keep their good players. Graham Glasgow is a damn good right guard. He is. Put him out there next year. Give him another 1-year deal. What the heck? You wonder about Jonah Jackson, who will hit free agency. He's going to command a lot of money. Do the Lions have enough money to keep Jonah Jackson? Because they got guys they've got to re-sign. Jared Goff has to come back, right? You're going to want to pay Glasgow. I don't know about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson if he's coming back. I thought he was brutal tonight, running his mouth, cheap shotting Debo on the interception, which cost him 15 yards. Didn't end up costing him, but just a silly play. The Lions have some decisions to make, certainly a cornerback. I mean, Cam Sutton's on a long-term deal, but he's not a number one corner. We'll get into all that this week. Thanks for checking us out wherever you get your podcast. Please subscribe. We are over 10,000 subscribers on our Locked On Lions YouTube channel for our everydayers. Tomorrow, we'll have the PFF grades, see how everybody scored, and certainly recap more of what took place tonight out in Santa Clara, where the 49ers come all the way back from 17 down to upend the Lions 34-31. The Lions won 14 games this season, won 2 playoff games, first time since 1957. It was an awesome season. All right. Don't get me wrong. We're all disappointed. This sucks. But I hope you took some time this evening to also realize how well this team played this year and how much fun this was. This was a great run. I would have told you at the start of the year this team is going to go to the NFC Championship game. You would have signed up. So Matt Derry signing off. One last post-game pod here, 34-31 Niners. They go to the Super Bowl, but we all know this. The Lions will be back. We'll see you again tomorrow.